Back in September 2007, my dad passed away. It was the first time in my life I remember praying for real. I asked God to save my dad, and with him passing, I held a lot of grief that I turned and directed towards God. I always said that it was his fault for taking my dad at such a young age, and that I would never forgive him for doing so. At the time, I had no idea what my life would turn into. I had stopped going out, seeing friends, stopped being the happy person I was before that, let darkness and depression consume me in everyday life. In 2010, I was taken to hospital because of anxiety and panic attacks that I kept getting on a daily basis. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and instead of turning to the one person that could help me, I threw more shade towards him, thinking that I was never going to be worthy of being saved. In 2014, after years of self destruction, things got worse for me. I developed agoraphobia, and more blame was pushed towards God from me. I kept myself locked away from the world, blamed everyone but myself, making me feel even more unwell and becoming even more unhealthy. Fast forward to 2025, and it really has been that long since I properly went outside. I kept having reoccurring dreams about my dad and God coming to me and telling me that my dad is safe and that I need to protect my family and friends and stuff. It was happy in heaven, and even still to this day, I still get this same dream. I don't think I ever dream anything else other than this. I wasn't sure how to interpret the dream, so I spoke to my friend. I've spoken to him a fair few times in the past about beliefs and history with faith and stuff. I felt he would be the best person to speak to, and I couldn't have been more right, as when it came down to it, he dropped everything to speak to me, completely abandoned his nighttime routine to have this chat with me. We ended up speaking for around 2 hours that night, after much more of me saying that I wasn't sure what was best. He told me that it's God's way of contacting me and telling me to find faith. So without hesitation, he bought me a Bible, wrote me some handy notes and some sticky notes to tell me which parts I should read and which would speak to me the best. He was sat with me that night and we prayed together. For the first time, I felt truly in the presence of God. Going back to what I was saying before with the agoraphobia, I tried many techniques, including therapy, medication, even just tried to flat out force myself, which in hindsight probably made things a little more worse at the time for me. But now, to this day, like these days, before I do anything in the morning, I'll say a little prayer, do my morning routine, tidying up and whatever, brush teeth and everything. And then I'll go through the day, so saying multiple prayers, something just a few years ago I would never even thought would happen. Yet every day now I pray, and I even manage to get outside, only on short walks, but for the first time in 10 years, I'm able to make it outside, and pretty much faith has led me to be able to do this. So every day I step outside the house, I say a little prayer just to, you know, say thank you for giving me this new look on life, and basically to ask him to light my path, making sure that I'm safe while I'm out and that the agoraphobia isn't going to take over. As I said earlier, having gone from losing my dad when I was just 17 years old, going on blaming God for it, but now I lead a life of faith. I understand why God needed him. Anyone who met my dad had nothing but good words to say about him. There was never a bad bone in his body, and I truly believe that God took him to be an angel in heaven to watch over everybody. And this is why he's coming to me in my dreams, letting me know that he's safe and telling me that I should follow. And that's pretty much what I've done ever since. With having agoraphobia at the moment, going to church obviously isn't an option for me right now. In the future, it will be. But I know that obviously my heart is the church, and I know that my main goal in life is to spread the gospel and pass on the good news of Jesus to other people. And I'm hoping that some people who hear this story, who are in a similar situation to me, are comforted from hearing my words that being depressed, anxious, or any other sort of mental illnesses that they may have doesn't mean that it has to be the end. It just means more of anything if it's just a new beginning. God completely breaks the human he wants to use before they realize that they need him. People are too quick to say that God doesn't love them and that he won't help them because of this and all sorts. Used to be my mindset, but I'm one of many people who can truly say that he's just waiting to be let in. Just invite him in. He will never just invite himself in. You have to find it. That's what free will's all about, right? God changed my life and he can absolutely change yours. All you have to do is let him in.